10 years ago, I looked like this. I was out of shape, I was ashamed of how I looked, and I knew I wanted to be better. I remember I turned on my phone and I turned on the part of the camera that faces towards my face, and seeing how my face looked, I remember thinking that I wanted my face to just be slimmer, to lose all the fat that was hanging off of my face. And I remember that in conjunction with a lot of other factors at the time, just me being, I think, near obese, as well as just the looks from friends and family when they saw me, that helped contribute to me starting working out. And that, like I said, that was nearly 10 years ago. So back then I looked like that, and now I look like how I currently do now. So today I wanted to talk about the steps that I took towards doing that. So hopefully it can help all of you out. So the first step I took towards doing that is basically just get moving. And it doesn't matter if it's 15 or 20 minutes, you just need to start exercising, because your first exercise routine, your first workout, even your first couple, they're not going to be perfect, but you don't necessarily need it to be. You just need to get into the habit. I remember when I first started, I was moved into an apartment while I was in college with a couple of friends, and we had an apartment gym there. I remember actually being so embarrassed to actually go to our school gym because I just was really out of shape, and I was just nervous about just being there, that I just decided to go to the apartment gym. Like, I felt like it was just easier for me, and I just decided to do it. And I remember at that time, I really did not know what I was doing. In fact, in hindsight, it might have been a bit better if I did at least a little bit of research to understand what I wanted to actually target. But I just started using the machines and started using the treadmill. So I would go on machines. I would have an upper body, lower body split. And so upper body, I would work on just common exercises that I saw a lot of fit people doing. So like chest press, dumbbell curls, things like that. And I remember just doing that just because I just wanted to do something to just get into good shape. And even though I didn't really know much of what I was doing, I was still losing weight and building muscle. Like, of course, a lot of it had to be corrected later, but it was something that I was able to do later on because I already had myself in a rhythm of working out. And so that is the first step that you should take. A lot of people want to wait for the perfect moment, but like anything in life, there really isn't a perfect moment. You just kind of got to do it and get yourself into the rhythm. And then once you do it and get yourself into the rhythm, then you can adjust accordingly and get that perfect routine. The next step that I took was cooking at home. And I always had this desire to learn how to cook at home. I remember when I was younger, I would play like RuneScape, and I really liked the cooking skill. Just cooking and baking like cakes and stuff like that, fishing, things like that. And I almost felt like I took that into real life, and I was finally able to do that once I got into college. I would get food from the store, like chicken breast, tilapia, brown rice, kale, broccoli, things like that. And I would make it at home. Like, I would just make it at my apartment and meal prep meals for lunch or meals for dinner, so that I wouldn't have to stress and be like, oh, what am I going to eat? Maybe I'll order from McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or something like that. And it was great for me because before that, I had an issue with going to buy food outside, like going to buy Chipotle or, I guess at that time, Chipotle was my main issue, but I guess also like Chick-fil-A and similar things like that. And so, yeah, I had less of an excuse to do that now. Like, I was able to just eat the food that I made. I had a lot of fun making the food. So much fun, I made a food Instagram, which I took those photos down now because low-key they're kind of embarrassing. But it helped me get into a rhythm of making my own food, knowing what I'm putting into my body rather than taking in food from outside that, let's be honest, nobody really pays attention to what's all the ingredients are. And it just helped me get more in control. The third step I took is in a similar sort of vein to what I just said, and it's in tracking your macronutrients and your calories. And I did this by using an app called MyFitnessPal. Currently, I'm using an app called Fat Secret. Really, you just use whatever is your preference. A lot of people like MyFitnessPal. A lot of people like different other apps. But yeah, I use those just because it's one thing to kind of like guesstimate, like, oh, I think I ate maybe I don't know, 2,200 calories today. But it's another thing to actually have the numbers in front of your face, because once you have the numbers, you're able to adjust accordingly. So whether that's, lower the calories if you're trying to lose weight, or increase the calories if you're trying to gain weight, or even you can just maintain. You need those numbers in front of your face to be able to have a scientific approach to your weight loss journey. And so get one of those apps. They have really good community features. I personally never really use them, but I see people all the time who are posting their weight loss pictures, their before and afters, and it's really cool and inspiring to see. And a bonus sort of fourth tip, this is something I've only found out recently, or really taken seriously recently, is in this year, and that's get better sleep. And it's easier said than done, because a lot of times, during the work week, a lot of us are trying to get back that time to ourselves that we lose during the day to school or to work. But better sleep just helps you function better as a human being in general. It helps you better. It helps you think better. It helps you just function better during the day, talk to people, connect with people better, connect with the world. And for our purposes of what we're talking about, it helps your metabolism be a lot better. It prevents you from eating random food at 3 a.m. in the morning, or just doing all sorts. Doing all sorts of other stuff to just mess up your metabolism. It puts you ahead of a lot of other people, because a lot of other people don't have that good of a sleeping schedule. And even me, myself, I'm trying to fix this right now for me, because I'm not really getting the most sleep right now. But currently I use an app that I've seen a lot of people recommend. I've seen other YouTubers like Hamza recommend, called Sleep Cycle. And it's been good. Like, it's been similar to what I was talking about those apps that track your calories, because now I have the numbers in front of my head for my sleep, and I know where I can improve. And for sleep, I can definitely improve. But yeah, those are it for today. The most important thing to take away from this is that for each of these things, you kind of go at it bit by bit. You don't need to necessarily go at it all at once. Like, you're not going to become, Arnold Schwarzenegger in literally a day. Nobody's going to be able to do that. You just need to take it bit by bit, one step at a time, which a lot of people say. But the way I think about it is, I think about it like this. Like, when people, for example, they might look at investing in like cryptocurrency or something, and they see how much, Bitcoin or Ethereum might cost. Like, they see it's like several $1,000s, or I guess in the case of Ethereum right now, I think like 1,600. And they're like, wow, that's a lot of money. But they're thinking from a perspective of buying a whole entire coin. You don't need to do that. You can just buy it piece by piece, and eventually you'll build up to having that whole coin. It's like that with the fitness routine as well. You don't need to do the whole Arnold Schwarzenegger routine. You just need to get your foot in the door, do it one step at a time, and then eventually you'll be at the place that you want to be.